Do you know the way you've been trained? You don't have faith in God. You say, I have faith. The word faith means trust. You don't trust God. I trust in him. Do you? Why is it that there are portions of the Bible you disagree with? Look at all the Christians that disagree with God being responsible for rulers in their nations. Look at how many people absolutely disagree that God can never have a hand in someone they don't like being in power. Look, in spite of everything the Bible says about people in power, in spite, all the prophets from of old have said the same thing. It's not one witness, it's multiple witnesses, and we disagree with them. But we claim to be believers in the Bible. The authorities that are from God. When something is a servant for your good, when they pass you through stress, tribulation, that tribulation you're passing through, don't you know it refines you? Who has eaten rice? Sand rice. Who likes the one without sand? Guess how it became without sand? It went through a refining process. You call it desanding. Any process that changes something from how it is to another way. Who has seen rice in the shell with the husk on it? Would you like to cook that kind of rice? It went through refining. The process of refining, threshing, is done with an instrument in the Roman known as a tribulum. Say tribulum. Guess which English word comes from tribulum? Aha! And what was it that was growing in the field? Who were the good guys? Can you eat wheat without separating it from its husk? Who is the wheat? Christians. Woo! And how will God eat you? Does God have a right to thresh and refine his food before he takes it into his barns? Does that give you some peace? It's tribulation that God uses to separate the wheat from the tares. Always. Why do you think when you want to follow God seriously, they start attacking you? That's where people decide which one they will be. They are the ones who say, I can't endure this. Can't endure this. My father beat me yesterday. I can't endure it. Right back. They leave this Jesus thing. A mother came to meet me many years ago, was telling me about how she was excited. Her daughter had come for a meeting and she was excited about what she was hearing about what God was doing with us. And she's telling me how she got born again in SU, in school as a young girl. And her father, who was a Salvation Army missionary or something in the West, heard about it, called her to a room, took a Bible and took her textbook and said, choose one. And she chose her textbook. And she was telling me her experiences now as a grown-up woman, how she's doing ministry in a village, doing outreach. It's not that God will reject you. God doesn't reject people like that. She didn't curse Jesus and die or anything. She was talking about even how she suffers attacks, witchcraft attacks. That she carries her clothes and shows me that she has scratches all over. How she was going to school. I think she was doing a further program. Probably did not learn this lesson well about idolizing book like some people. So this is years later, maybe 20, 30 years later. And she's doing a program in the university or so. And a madman walks up to her and pulls her books and scatters them on the road. And passes. Why would I want to live a life like that? Please. I found out that your life is 100 times easier if you obey God. The suffering of obeying God, you can never compare it to the suffering of disobeying God. The suffering of obeying God it may last long sometimes. It may be brief. But at least in all of it, God is on your side. Do you know what it means to know God is on your side? You know what it means to know God is on your side? That God has your back. Even if people are abusing you, lying against you, doing all sorts of wicked things. But you have peace in your heart that God has your back. And you can be living there. Once in a while I hear lies against my person. Like one I heard. I've shared different lies people tell against us. That when we cast out demons, that I use a cane and flog people. How many of you have seen that cane I usually carry? Those kinds of lies, absolutely 100% lie. That man, he uses cane, flogs people when he's doing deliverance. Meanwhile, I preach against all the preachers that do it. So that kind of light, I don't even touch most of the people I deliver. I don't even touch them. I stand in one place. I don't even lay hands. The majority, I stand far away and just speak, as so many of you have seen for so many years. So even when they want to lie against me, you know, many preachers cast out demons by laying hands and come out. But you've seen it. You've been here even 2 weeks, 3. You've been here. You see me stand here. Nobody is near me, and God is delivering people. So they don't even care how far away the lie is from the truth. They'll tell it with boldness, and people will believe it. Many, they say it's true. It flogs people. In the spirit, yes. But it's the demons I flog, not people. Please, the suffering you suffer for God, endure it. It will pass. If not in this world, by the next world. The suffering you suffer for the world, please, what's the gain of it? You suffer, you may make money from suffering, yes, but God could still give you money if He wants to give you money. So why do you have to? Everybody that is carrying out part of God's plan is a servant. Go and look at 2 Timothy chapter 2. In a big house, there are vessels unto honor and dishonor. All right? So God's big house, the whole earth, has servants that do dishonorable things. They have dirty jobs. The people who clean the toilet of God, who flush, who execute certain purposes. That is why God raises kings. That's why God raised Alexander the Great, Nebuchadnezzar, Cyrus, all of them. When they entered power, they killed people and entered. Some of them, are you hearing me? They fought wars, shed blood, and entered power. And God said, He's my servant. So calm down. I know we get very angry. God can never. These Bible passages I've shared with you in call. Did I write it? Who thinks I'm fabricating? Who knows that when Nebuchadnezzar entered Jerusalem, he didn't say, guys, can I rule over you? And they say, yes, come now. Who knows they killed people? When he took it the second time, the king that was there that dragged with him, they removed his eyes. They killed his 2 sons in front of him. Then they removed his eyes. You know how they remove eyes? You want to know? There are different ways. One of the ways is you take hot coals of fires with tongue. They burn it in the socket. That Nebuchadnezzar in Jeremiah 27, I said, Nebuchadnezzar is my servant. That's how. How does that make you feel? Get used to it.